What's good, guys? Fantasy Joe back here with another fantasy football profile. Today, I am talking about Los Angeles Chargers star running back Austin Ekeler. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I already have Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, Joe Mixon out on the channel. A ton of new players coming your way. Probably going to be over 100 fantasy football profiles on the channel this year. A ton of other content as well. Mock drafts that drop every Monday. Dynasty buy lows. Basically everything you need for fantasy football, values, busts, sleepers, all that good stuff. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you'd like this video. I want to see more like it. And if you have any questions or comments, put them in the comment section down below. Let me know where you guys are taking Austin Ekeler in drafts this year. Let's get into it. Austin Ekeler. So in 2021, he was an absolute stud, finishing as the RB2 overall, averaging 18.8 fantasy points per game and half-point PPR. His stats last season, he had 206 attempts, good for 911 rushing yards, 12 rushing touchdowns, and then he was able to turn 94 targets into 70 receptions, good for 647 yards, and another 8 touchdowns through the air. If we look back historically, 2019, he finished as a RB6, averaging 16.4 points per game. That's when Melvin Gordon was still on the roster, believe it or not. And in 2020, last season, he was injured and only played in 10 games, but still averaged 13.8 points per game in that season. The big thing about Ekeler, obviously, is the receptions. He is the reception running back king. No running back over the last 3 years has had 50-plus receptions in each season. Austin Ekeler has, and he only played in 10 games in 2020. Makes that extremely impressive. He is a dangerous weapon in the passing game. I think he's going to continue to be utilized in the passing game. Now, the Chargers did bring in some running backs in the draft. They took Isaiah Spiller in the 4th round. I think this will lead to some more competition for Ekeler. I still think he's very much the lead guy. I just think they're going to take a little bit of that work on the ground, give it to Spiller, maybe even some of that goal line carries, give it to him. Let Ekeler's load be a little bit less. Let him be more of a dynamic weapon in the passing game. But I don't think this is a bad thing for Austin Ekeler. Obviously, the touchdowns might come down, but they're going to come down from a 20-touchdown season for just about anyone. And I think he will be more explosive in the passing game. He can catch more passes this season than he did last season. Obviously, he has Justin Herbert, which is a huge plus, one of the best young quarterbacks in all of football. He has a connection with Ekeler as well. They have a solid offensive line, ranked 12th going into the season, according to Pro Football Focus. But like I said, I do expect those touchdowns to come down. But I still think Austin Ekeler is easily a first-round pick, top half of the first-round pick. He's probably a top 6 pick to me in this draft, top 8, no doubt. Here are my stat predictions for him next year. 800 rushing yards, 75-plus receptions, 700 receiving yards, and 12-plus touchdowns. So I have his rushing yards coming down a little bit from last year. I think he'll be more involved in the passing game, though, and make up for it. And his touchdowns may come down a little bit. But one thing I would say, too, he's had 8 receiving touchdowns last year. He did that 2 years ago as well. I think he is a guy who, because he's so explosive in the passing game, because he's used more down the field, because he is so talented in the passing game, he's a guy who I think those passing touchdowns will continue to stay higher than average for. If you guys have made it to this point in the video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you have any questions or comments, put them in the comment section down below. I respond to all comments. Until next time, this is Fantasy Joe. Thank you for watching.